So we are in a world of 24/7 access to everything that exists. We are in a world where you can go online and see what is happening in other parts of the world and understand a different culture without even visiting it. But we are also in a world where that means that every one of us has the opportunity to upload our experiences, to talk about our past, our trauma, our happiness, and everything in between. And at the same time, we're in a world that could be fully enlightened and gifted with knowledge and wisdom. But what we do in this world, with the access to everything and the possibility to hear someone else's life, which once was only possible to read someone famous through a book or watch a documentary on a person, we are so quick to hold no space because suddenly their journey is different. Suddenly their country and the way they're brought up talk about things in a different way, which doesn't resonate with us or doesn't make sense to us. For me, as a personal experience, so when I am in Europe, one of my very first experiences of coming into Austria, I went to a sauna, and I didn't realize saunas were held to be without clothes. In Australia, where I came from, and I know in America too, you tend to have saunas where you have your swimsuit on. But in a lot of places in Europe, including Austria, I went to a sauna with my family that I was staying with, and the mum and dad said, let's go to the sauna. And I said, cool, okay, this is interesting. And I got to the sauna and they'd stripped off naked, and I'm like, hang on a minute, this isn't how I do the sauna. I'm like, okay, well, here goes. So I also did what they were doing in their culture, and we're all walking into the sauna, everybody's sitting around like you're having a family dinner, but you don't know anyone, a family dinner where people you don't know. There was the head of the police, there was the town mayor, and I met them all naked, and they met me. And there was no judgment held. It didn't matter how you sat, legs open, leg closed. It didn't matter if you were fuller figured, less full, what color your skin was. None of this mattered. It was just simply human beings having an experience. And in this culture in Austria, you can't actually wear your swimsuit because it's actually considered unhygienic. You can take a towel in, which you might do, everyone does, for the hygienic reasons that when you sweat, you put it to sit on so you don't get the germs into the benches. But other than that, you sit there as a human being. You're not naked or not naked human being, you're just simply a human being. And that still today is a crazy, amazing experience that everyone I meet of those people treat me just the same. Whether I'm clothed or not, I'm just Rhyanna. I don't have a label of naked or clothed. I'm just redoing her life. And however, if I go on social media and I post myself with maybe a nipple showing, or if I post myself in my swimsuit or underwear, I'm suddenly classified as an inappropriate person, a bad mother, a human with little value. I get put into the classification of porn or soft porn. But it doesn't compete at all with the experience, and it doesn't make any sense with the experience of going to the sauna. But suddenly, because that's what we've been taught in other cultures, less is this bracket, we decide to label another. We don't ask, hey, what's your story? What did you experience? Wow, I didn't know that was done in this part of the world. Okay, maybe I need to open my mind. We just say automatically, you're wrong, I'm right. But when I go to the beach in my bikini, what happens? Everybody's in the beach in their swimsuits and they're having a beach experience, and there's no judgment again. But come back on social media, there's a judgment. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Then you have the tribes in Africa and other places of the Amazon, even the Aboriginals in Australia. The women are walking around without their tops on. They're not told that they're going to damage their children, or that they're inappropriate or they're porn. They aren't even disrespected by the males. It's just considered normal. There is a woman. Nothing more to it. The nipple is not going to kill anyone. As in the sauna. The human is not suddenly devalued because of what they wear. The human is only valuable by what they do in the society they're in the tribe societies, not by what they wear. It's interesting, you go to a doctor, maybe a psychologist, maybe a normal doctor, maybe a woman's doctor, you get checked up, internal, external, whatever the checkup is for. You talk about your history. You talk about your shame and the story that you have, maybe the trauma that you've experienced. And the doctor holds space. The doctor doesn't look at you like you're an imbecile or a broken idiot. The doctor holds space and says, okay, well, these are the options. This is how you're feeling. This is probably what you have or what you can do to potentially build yourself up to be that more whole person where you can function better. Or be able to manage to be able to be more where you want to be as a human in your body and your mind to prevent mental illness and physical illness. But here on social media, we talk about it and someone's so quick to judge and blame and say, again, that's not okay, that's shit, you're this, you're that. And we add extra shame on top of the stories that someone already has. Bullying, judging, because we don't know that story. It's maybe, just a little thought that maybe with the blessing of the access to everyone and everything now in this world with the 24-hour access, then maybe we don't know everything. Maybe it isn't all about wrong or right. Maybe our culture doesn't have all the answers, and maybe our culture isn't the right way. Maybe it's an individual journey, and maybe just because it didn't happen to you, it can still happen to another. So maybe it's not the people we're judging that is wrong. Maybe it's not the people we're bullying that are wrong. Maybe it's not the thought patterns that are different that are wrong. Maybe it's not the experiences that we don't understand that are wrong. Maybe it's just our perspective, and what we've learned needs a little bit more open-mindedness. Maybe we just need to lean in to not putting labels and judgment, but rather opening our minds to that the world is a big place and there's many different experiences, many different people. Nothing's right or wrong. Everything's just a journey, and no one has the same journey, but everything is information for us to give space to and to let it be in this world. Because if someone's got that story, then it obviously exists. And if you have a story, it obviously exists. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's the best or it's wrong or right or it's not good. It's just the life that exists. Namaste.